Hello everyone and welcome back to StarAgile. Today we are tackling a common challenge in Selenium automation, web table automation. To walk us through, we have trainer Priyanka who holds 15 plus years of experience in test automation. In this session, you'll learn how to automate both static and dynamic web tables with clear and step-by-step guidance. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, this is Priyanka. Let's understand how to automate dynamic web table in Selenium. There are different web elements that we can automate with the help of Selenium 2, right? Selenium is the most popular functional web application automation tool. So, out of all the web elements, this is another special scenario where you will understand how you can able to interact easily with any kind of dynamic web table. First point, what is dynamic web table? Let's understand. See, dynamic web table means now you can see on this example, like this is the practice site, and there you can see one table is present, right? But this table, whatever data is available, this data keeps changing every time whenever you load the page or whenever you refresh the page, data is getting changed again and again. So this data is actually coming from the server. Again, the location of that row, location of that column, it might be changed. Then only we can say that table is a dynamic table. Example, if we can observe carefully, currently there are 4 rows you can see: Firefox, Internet Explorer, System and Chrome. Okay, this is some kind of table where you have some memory, disk information, network information and the CPU information for that particular browser. Okay, the point is, if you can refresh the page, just have a look. At this moment, if you refresh the page is getting refreshed, and the data, what you are able to see, this time you are getting complete data. Now, Chrome is coming at the first column. We can say first row. Previously, it was at the fourth row and even first column, right? Column is here, same name, disk, CPU, memory, network. But again, if I can refresh the page, you will get some different result. Okay. So example, one more time, let me reload the page again. See, again, Chrome is coming at the fourth position. Even these columns are not in a sequence. Okay. Now you can see memory is coming at the second number column. If I can again do the refresh, this entire application, see where is coming memory again at the same first only. Let me do refresh one more time. Have a look. If I refresh it again, now memory is coming at the second position. So whenever you see the table, and if it is row and the column, it's keep changing its position, right? Because the data is coming from the server, and this kind of scenario, you can just consider as a dynamic web table. So this is the table, and data is keep changing again and again, right? And that data, sometimes you might get some different data, depends on that particular, server information. But this is how the example we need to understand how we can automate this web table using Selenium. Now, point to be noticed here. Whenever we start automation for any web table, few scenarios are very common. Generally, what we test on any table, it can be static table, it can be pagination, or it can be any kind of dynamic web table. Mostly you need to observe very first, okay, how many number of rows are there? How many number of columns are there? Correct? Any specific row or any specific column, how exactly you are able to capture. Plus for this application, they have given some scenario also. You can identify Chrome row. See, for Chrome process, get the value of CPU load. Means we need to just come to the CPU column. And whatever CPU load is there for that Chrome, we need to capture the same. And they're asking you, compare with this value, which is defined with yellow label. So you can see this value is defined here. You need to compare whether both loads are equal or not, right? How you guys are going to automate the same? Let's begin with our today's topic. Dynamic web table automation in Selenium. So guys, let's see. Very first, this is the application URL. Whenever we start writing any automation script, you should have a project setup. I'm using Eclipse, right? You can use any editor, that is fine. And then you need to do the project setup. So guys, we have already seen some examples, right? How to create a project, how to add dependencies. But again, for this scenario, I'm going to start from the scratch. So please have a look. How you can start? First of all, create a new project. Always prefer Maven project. Then I'll go to File, come to new, and there you will find the option Maven project. Do create your Maven project first. Just create simple Maven project. Give a name. Group ID always represent organization name. Again, I'm writing here StarAgile, and then artifact ID I will be referring. That's our project name. Okay, so I'm writing here web table handling. Okay, so project name should be appropriate, right? But currently I'm explaining with respect to web table handling scenario, so I'm giving the same name. You can write any project name for your practice, doesn't matter. Okay, for this, let me click on finish and see my project is ready, web table handling. But inside the Maven project, we have already discussed Maven is a build and project management tool. Here, we need to first do some project configuration. How you guys are able to do the same? Guys, in Maven, form.xml is the most important file. This is called project configuration file. Inside this XML file, we have to attach our dependencies. Then only you are able to write your automation script, correct? So whenever you open this form.xml file, Maven project is actually, or this Maven framework is actually developed by Apache Foundation, right? So they have given you certain repositories. There are two repositories supported by Maven. One is a local repository, another one is a remote and we can say central repository. And that is nothing but ambient repository, guys. So whatever dependencies developers or tester require, you can directly come to the Maven repository and you can get your required dependencies. So better, I'll go back to the first Maven repository site. Have a look how to do the project setup. Just open Maven repository and there you can go to this website. First of all, I need Selenium Java dependency. Okay. So let me search here Selenium Java. And then guys, you will get this Selenium Java. Just click on it. Take latest dependency. See, latest version is 4.33.0. Release at 23rd May. So I will click on it and just copy this required dependency. That's it. How we can attach? First of all, it's a configuration file. Add here dependencies. In between dependencies, you can add your required dependency and just make it inline using shortcut Control Shift F and just save it. Okay. Then guys, I need one more dependency to follow here. That is TestNG dependency. So I will search for TestNG again for Maven site. Okay. And just come to the TestNG framework and just take required dependency. So if you can open TestNG, latest stable version I can see, which is 7.11.0. I'll go with the same, copy the same, come back to the project and paste it. So guys, this is how, first of all, you need to complete your project setup, right? So I have added two dependencies for now, Selenium and TestNG. So when your project setup is completed, come to SRC test Java and under this package, we are just going to create a class. Now either you can create Java class, but as I have already added TestNG dependency, I can go with directly TestNG class. So TestNG is one of the very popular unit testing framework, right? And with the help of this, you will be able to see your appropriate results also. Even TestNG itself generated by their own reports also because it has its own reporting strategy. But again, how we can begin? First, do one thing. Under the main package, source package, SRC test Java, let's to create our own package, user defined package. So I'm just writing com web testing. Okay, done. Com.webtesting. And then inside this, when you right click and when you come to the TestNG, there you can create TestNG class. Now I'm writing here web table automation. Done. This is my class name. And let me write here test. So I'm writing test. Now guys, what is the first step? Whenever you start writing your automation logic, very first you need to create driver session, correct? So how we can create a Selenium driver session and which application we wanted to launch. So current application URL, let me copy First of all, to create a driver session, I will be writing WebDriver driver. It is equal to new. There you can start writing your expected browser class file name. So I'm expecting to launch Chrome. So I'm using class file Chrome driver. So at this moment, try to understand meaning of the statement. Whenever you write WebDriver is technically interface available in the Selenium. So we are creating parent reference and we are creating child object. Chrome driver is a child class in Selenium. Both the classes we need to import from the same Selenium package. So keep your mouse pointer and there you can do import. But see, somewhere you might not able to see import option. Then guys, please follow the shortcut key Control Shift O and you guys are able to import both the classes from respective packages. And you can see here what package is coming. So the main package is org.openqa.selenium. Got it? So this is how you can start your driver session. Now, how to open application? Everybody aware? Like to just open application, you can write a command driver.get and there inside this get, you can pass current URL, whatever URL address or whatever application you wanted to open. So whenever I write only this much, you will be able to start your application. Now, what is the next step? We are actually learning how we can automate web table, correct? So guys, for web table, now I will be explaining you the entire logic with respect to certain scenarios. So what is my first scenario? I wanted to capture number of headings available inside that table. Even I wanted to print each and every heading inside the console, right? So better, I will write sysout statement and here I will write little bit formatting. Let's say all headings, okay? Just try to understand how we can automate all the headings from that current table. Now guys, let me come back to the application. Here, this is an important topic where you need to understand how you can identify any heading, any row, any column from this web table. Here comes another important point. You need to understand HTML hierarchy, right? How that entire element designed by the developer. Normally in HTML, right? So every web application developed in HTML tags only, correct? Means languages are used HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript. Coming to the design part, it is all about the HTML only. So for every web table, developer follows table tag. Okay, the most common code structure you will find that is a table tag. If there is a heading, developer might write inside the T head tag. Inside that, you might able to see T body, and then inside the body, then you can see all the rows, all the column. So guys, it is important to have knowledge on different headings. I mean tag names. So do remember, I told you table is the tag. Somewhere th or t head. Under the t head, you might able to see okay th tag for heading where the headings are written. Example, this is the disk, right? So you might able to see in this manner. Disk is written with the th tag. Okay, opening and closing. So suppose t head I have closed here. Okay, then t body. You will get t body tag. Inside the body, okay, which tag represent row? Try to understand tr tag represent row. So this is nothing but row. Normally TD represent your table data. Okay. But for every row, how you can reach to the particular column? And for column, is it we are having separate tag? No, guys. Mostly we follow TD tag only for the column. Under this TR, you might have, okay, one TR means one row. And under this TR, you are having suppose 4 TDs. Then you will be able to see something like this. Suppose system is the row, right? For this row, if I talk about a TD, then I will be getting first word system, right? So here you can see in this manner, system, then TD tag close. Then you will find out one more TD, which is what? Next is 3.9%. That is a CPU load. And again, TD get close. So this is how the syntax you will generally observe. So just do remember the tag name. Okay, table tag, T head tag, then T body. Inside the body for row, TR tag, and for all the columns and data, you will always get TD tag. Okay. Now, how to understand this part from the real application? Let me show you. Whenever you do inspect, now just have a look. I wanted to automate table, right? So I will right click anywhere on the table and I will just do inspect. Have a look. Now here you can see the full code. So what you are able to observe here, this is table. Can you see if I keep my mouse pointer on the table tag, complete table is highlighted. Inside the table, see if I keep my mouse pointer only on a heading, then that heading part is highlighted. If I come to body, then remaining body part is getting highlighted. If you expand T head, how they have written? So inside the T head, they have created first one row, TR. Inside the TR, where that headings are written, which is with respect to which tag? TH tag. And that you can see here, TH opening, TH closing. And name, CPU, memory, disk, network, all this TH tag you are able to observe. At this moment, what I wanted to automate, all the headings. That means I need this part, right? TH. So how I can reach to TH? These are all, we can say, child. And who is a parent for all this child? TR. Under the TR, okay, you will be having this one, TH. But where exactly it is mentioned? The main parent name is a T head, correct? Because it's just a heading. So just to capture first scenario, all headings, total headings, and every heading we wanted to print in the console, do write your XPath properly. Okay. Normally see, you can follow any locator strategy, but mostly for dynamic things, we always prefer customized XPath. Okay. Means you can write your own XPath and you are able to automate your required scenario. Let's understand how we can begin with the same. So at this moment, guys, what I wanted to start with the heading part. I'll open Finder first. How to open this Finder? Where you can confirm whether your XPaths or locators are correct or not. This is again coming from the dev tool. See, to identify the XPath, even get the locator, we have ready-made tools available in the market. Like best tool available is Selector Hub, right? Through the Selector Hub also, you can identify the locator. But now let's understand the base way. And then I can show you one example with Selector Hub also. So focus. At this moment, if I wanted to automate this part, how I can start with this? You can just write here locator. So very first start with T head. Now see, how many T head tags are there? Only one. So it says only one T head tag is there. Means uniquely identified. Inside the T head, can I directly write TH? See, because TH is not direct child. It is indirect child. We are having direct child TR. Inside the TR, we are having TH. But this time, I just wanted to confirm total number of headings. So either you can write in this manner or you can write direct flow. Come to TR, then you can see one row and come to TH. This is also fine. So using this also, you are able to get all the heading. And if you can see from the UI, have a look. At this moment, total headings are 5 and see how it is matching just to enter. See, second heading, third heading, fourth heading, fifth heading. So all 5 headings I am able to capture. Now, this is the XPath which returns me number of elements match, not a single element, because I'm having here 5 match. So I will copy this, come back to the script, and let's start writing our logic. Driver dot what we need to write? Absolutely find elements. Find elements by XPath, and then we can write our current XPath. So just to paste, okay. And now you know the method find elements always return us list of web element, right? So what I'm going to do, I will just declare here list of web element. Web element is interface in Selenium, everyone. So let me write web element, and here I'm writing all headings. Great. Let's import list interface from Java. Let's import web element interface from Selenium and have a look. Now, when you import it, after that, come to the next line. Here, I wanted to print total headings. So let me just use this method. Total headings, okay, are. And here, guys, already like we are using list interface here. And list is a collection framework interface. And we are having multiple method support here, right? So just to capture number of elements available in that list, we have a size method. So just write all headings dot size. Okay. And this will print total headings available inside that table. But along with this, I wanted to print each and every heading name also, means that text also. So better, I'll do iteration. Correct now? Iteration plays very important role because total 5 headings are there. Every heading we need to iterate and get the text. So I'm using for each loop. Current list is a type of web element. So I'm writing web element, any variable name, colon, and write your headings, right? Current list object. My current list is a type of web element. And object name I have written all headings. So I'm writing here same. And now we have for web element, just to capture any visible text of that web element, we have a very important method getText. So you can just write I.getText and save the code, and let's understand how it works. So have observed the code now. Just observe. Whenever you execute it, now see what exactly you are getting. So first of all, application will launch, right? And there you will able to see the table. And after that, you will able to see the information in your console, that total headings and each and every heading will print inside the console. So have a look. Page is still loading and Selenium by default wait okay, up to the page load. So kindly wait. At this moment, if I can show you, this is our table, right? And see, once the complete loading is done, finally, I found here some output. Let me close my browser and see what the output is giving. Total headings are 5 and these are the headings which got printed. Clear? And see current test case status I'm getting which is pass. Okay, done. Now another common scenario. I have captured all the headings. Now let's understand how to capture total rows. Total rows available in the table. In fact, total columns available in the table. Now guys see, both which are very common scenario again. How many rows are there and how many columns are there in the table, how you will able to identify the same. So guys, now you can see total rows. If you wanted to take all the rows starting from the heading, then we need to start with the very like first parent node, which is a table. Correct now? What I can do, I can come to the table where which includes heading and the body both part, right? If you just want rows for a complete table, including heading, then you can start your XPath starting from the table. Otherwise, just want to suppose you're expecting only body, and from that displayed data, you need to understand how many rows are there. Then we always prefer what? Body tag. Clear? So let me show you. If I can start with very first table tag. Let's remove this XPath and let's start with table. So you can see one match because one table is present on this particular application. Inside that, if I go with TR, how many rows are there? So total rows for the table, we are having 5 rows, including heading. But another scenario, what I have explained, you want only body, okay, only data rows. In that case, you have to start your XPath with T body tag. Inside the T body, you can come to TR and there it match only 4 rows. See, only 4 rows are available inside the body. But at this moment, I'm looking for complete table. So I can write, go to table, let me write table. Inside that, just write TR tag and I'm able to see here that it is matching 5 rows. Clear everyone? So total how many rows are there in the table? Total 5 rows are there in the table. And how we can print? At this moment, I just wanted to print the count, total rows available in the table. So I'm writing again driver dot find elements. There you can write by dot XPath. Write your XPath. Okay, so I'm writing here my XPath. And after this, I will just perform what? Size method. Guys, no need to declare this time because I just wanted to capture the number of rows. So I'm just using size method. And here, return type of size method. It is always returning you integer type. So just do the same. Integer, I'm writing number of rows. And let me print the same total number of rows are, and there we can write variable name, number of rows. Okay. And then guys, you will definitely see the output. Total rows available in the table, those are 5. Now let's understand how we can automate column. Do remember, for any kind of matrix scenario where you can see number of rows and columns are there, in automation, you need to follow one simple logic. You cannot directly travel to column without a row. Means you need to first come to any one row. From that row, you can just reach to the column. This is a very simple logic you need to remember. Okay. So example, I wanted to confirm now in this table, how many columns are there? Technically, you can see there are total 5 columns are present in this table. Name, CPU, memory, disk and network. Got it? But how you can capture it? See, I can't write in this manner. Okay. Just go to table or you can just go to T body for now. No problem at all. Either you can go to the table or you can go to the T body because we are just capturing number of column. Inside that, as I told you, where the column detail are mentioned in our code. If you can see, have a look. Suppose this is the first heading, or if I can show you directly body. Okay, see, first row. Inside this row, where is the column? See, this is the first column system, second column, third column, fourth column, fifth column. Correct now? And column, they have mentioned with respect to TD tag. TD stand for table data. Okay, so there is no specific tag name available for the column. TR represent row. So whenever you wanted to reach to column, first reach to any specific row and then you can capture TD. Because see here, if I can just say, okay, give me TD, I'm getting total 20 TDs. Because total data available inside the table, that is 20. And we don't want that, right? We want only column. So I need to first reach to TR. Whenever I just write TR tag, it is matching 5 rows because in the table, we are having total 5 rows. But now I wanted to come to specific row. It can be first row, second row, anything, doesn't matter. Up to 5, any row number you can write. So guys, here you can apply square bracket. Which row you wanted to go? Suppose I wanted to come to this second row system, right? Which is available as per the 5 rows count in my table. Then I'm writing here just second. See which row is highlighting? It is highlighting this one. Okay. See now it is taking all the rows directly from the T body. So what I'm going to do, I'll just write okay T body better because our actual data is available there. Inside that I can start with TR. So it says total 4 rows are there. Inside the rows, I will go with the second one. Second row means it will just come to here. Okay. At this moment, see, this is the second row. And then you can just come to TD. So whenever you write, okay, under that, just reach to TD. How many now the TDs are highlighting here? Total 5. And can I say everyone, this is what the column? Yeah, these are what the column data, correct? So you can come to any one row and you will able to identify that particular column. So row number can be any number, doesn't matter. So example, if I wanted to reach to the third row, I can just change the number. See, it is highlighting third row. If I wanted to come to the fourth row, it is highlighting the fourth row. So just reach to any one row just to get the count for a column and then you can write here TD. So this XPath will help you to get total number of columns available in the table. So I'm writing the same driver dot find elements by dot XPath. Okay, let me write by dot XPath. Here, this is our XPath. And whenever that XPath is properly printed, then you can write here size method. Again, guys, I just want count. So I'm using size method and return type of size is what? It's an integer. So let's declare the same. Integer, I'm writing number of cells. Okay, any variable name you can write, doesn't matter. And now let me print. Total, okay, total number of columns are, okay, columns are, and here I'm trying to print that variable count, number of cells. That's it. And guys, let's save the code and let's have a observe like what output we are getting. We are expecting number of rows should be 5 and we are expecting number of columns should be what? Again 5. Clear? So let me save the code and let me execute it and observe the output. So very first application launch. You can see at the left hand side, you are having a table. Let me show you. This is the table. And now once the page will properly load, it will test and it will simple display the output. Have a look. I'm getting same pass result and it says total number of rows are 5, total number of columns are also 5. I hope it is clear, right? Now let's talk about some interesting scenario. So these are the basic one, okay? Total rows, total column. What if people might ask you how to capture or how to print any specific column, okay? So here I'm trying to show you any specific column. Suppose people ask you just print some column details. How you guys are going to print those details? Now which column we are looking for? Assume in this table, I'm looking for a column detail, let's say memory. I wanted to print whatever there inside that memory column, all that information. Means inside the memory, first is 30.5 MB, second is something 55.3 MB. This entire column I wanted to print. Now tell me, how you can reach to this particular table or particular specific column? Because what is the challenge? If it is static table, it is quite easy. Okay. Because data and the locations are always fixed. But in dynamic table, current memory column you can see at a third position. Tomorrow it might be at any other position, right? Or whenever I refresh the page, it can be any other position now. See, at this moment it is at third position, memory column. If I can refresh my page again, and what you are able to see here, so memory is coming at the fourth position. Okay. So observe the scenario properly. Memory is coming at the fourth position now. It's not at third. Means it is dynamic. So this is the main challenge. How to identify specific column or specific row if the table is a dynamic. Let's understand same scenario. So what I'm going to do, I'm having a memory. I wanted to identify, okay, the memory column. Great. But how we can start? So guys, main part is what? Here, we need to compare the heading. If the heading matches to memory, then under that memory, whatever the body is present for all the row, I would like to capture the same. So already we have identified total number of headings and even that we have printed also. If you can see the result here, already we have printed all the headings, correct? So means no need to repeat the logic. Already we are having this heading tag with this syntax and which is matching to all headings. And I have already mentioned as a list of web element all headings. So I just wanted to come to the specific column, right? I'll do what? I'll just compare the headings. Means one more time I will do iteration, web element, any variable name, or better I'm writing here heading, colon, all headings. Okay. Any variable name you can write, doesn't matter. ABCD also you can write. Okay, no problem at all. I'm writing some meaningful name now. Basically, from every heading, just give me one heading at a time. So I'm just writing one heading, right? And whatever heading it is, I would like to confirm first. It should be what? Memory heading. How you are able to confirm the same? So guys, we can put the condition. If what? Current heading, whatever it is, dot get text, right? If that get text contains what? Which heading we are expecting? Current heading we are expecting, that is a memory, M capital, right? So I'm writing this way, memory. If there is a memory present, then we will find out here first column count, correct now? So just come to that column and then for that column, read your entire data. So guys, whenever you just write this condition, we are able to match that specific column. Okay, so I want memory column detail. Great. But now the main part, whenever you reach to memory column, for that column, how you can read all the data. Guys, here comes the main part. Let's write our XPath. Very first, let's write our XPath just to reach to memory column. Based on the current table, have a look. I'll come to the finder again. Inside the DOM, open finder. First of all, how I can reach to the memory column. So here, I need to just write, okay. First of all, T body. Okay, I just wanted to reach to T body. and then which column, current memory column is present at the fourth position. And even I want all the rows data. So you can see whenever I write T body inside that TR, it is matching all row. Great. But I want all row, but for which column? Column number at this moment it is 4. So I have to write TD 4. Now you can see, if I write this XPath, this is matching my current expected column, which is fourth position here. And then you can see every row I can read. Correct now? Under memory column, whatever data is present, I am able to read it. So guys, this is my static XPath. How we can make it dynamic? Because what is the challenge? At this time, memory is coming at the fourth position. If I use as it is, and in my actual execution, it might be first, it might be second, or it might be some other position. In that case, your XPath will not work. So we need to write some dynamic XPath. How? Let me show you that part. Better, first let me do copy this. Now guys, let me write, okay, find driver dot find elements as we are expecting list of data to be captured. Then I'm writing, okay, as it is by dot XPath. Have a look. And this is the current XPath. Let me print. Let me copy. Once it is copied, what you can see, there is a current column number is 4, but we are understanding dynamic and position can be changed. So guys, whenever I just found, okay, whenever I will found this memory, I would like to capture is current count or column number. How to get that column number? Guys, you can use basic Java logic. Okay, get some or declare some extra variable and get that current column number. Example, I'll declare here integer, maybe C. Okay, for column, I'm just writing C. C is equal to 0. And then whenever we start iteration, let's increment the counter C++. So whatever column it is, I'll do one thing. I will print here that column position also. So I'm writing memory is at column. Okay, let's print that column number also is at column. And here I'm printing that column number. Okay. So first we need to understand at what position memory is coming. And let's understand this part first. I'm going to comment my next line. Let's see first at what position memory column we are able to see. And it is matching with our current expectation or not, right? So guys, as it is a dynamic, it can be any position. So let's run. If I can execute only this much, now observe the UI and based on that check whether you are able to see the correct output or not. Okay, have a look. So one more time, I will show you the table. See, this is the table. And here it is clearly written that, okay, memory is coming at the fourth position. Can you see? You can just have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth position memory is present. And what you are getting in the output? Can you see? Memory is at column 4. So you are getting correct position means agree. And next time it might be different, right? So if I run one more time, it might be different position, different location. So let's run one more time. Have a look. So understand dynamic things, right? Again, I'm executing. At what position you are getting memory? Observe that. So again, if I can show you, okay, this time again it is at fourth position only. So answer remains same, correct? So currently, if I can close the browser, see, again it shows memory is coming at the fourth position. Fine. Now, whatever that position it is, I wanted to continue with that position only. So guys, already we have captured this XPath, which is giving us, okay, entire data for that particular column. Because I'm just looking for TR, okay, all the rows data for that specific column. But you can't write here, okay, only that number as it is. Hardcode values are not allowed now, as it is a dynamic table. So better I can remove this. And whatever current C value it is, that column value it is, I wanted to capture that. Okay. So guys, I'm just customizing the code. Let's add here. Okay. C. Now guys, this has become your dynamic XPath because whatever C number it is, what is C? Okay, don't get confused. It's column. Okay, I'm writing just column. Have a look. Okay, don't get confused what C it is. So I'm writing here just like a column data. Okay. And let me write here same. This is my column number. So whatever column number it is, now I'm passing the same. And this will return me absolutely list of data which I wanted to show you, right? So better I will declare it as again list of web element. I'm writing this is column data, better, some meaningful name. And I wanted to show you complete iteration also. Means data we wanted to print, right? I'm using again for each loop. Let's iterate it. I'm writing, okay, this is I colon and I'm passing column data. And for every data, I would like to print that data actually inside my console. So I will use getText method. Save the code. And now let's see how that memory column and whatever data is there for that memory column, you are able to print inside the console. Just observe. So this time we have executed the application. Okay. Now let me show you. Again, it's at 4th position. And see what data we are expecting. 5.4 MB, then up to 53.77 MB. This should be the output, right? And that output you can able to compare here. If I can show you, just observe. So what column data I'm getting here? See same 5.4 MB and 53.77 MB. All this memory data means specific column you are able to capture successfully. This point is clear. How to automate any specific column, right? This is how you can able to automate any specific column from that dynamic table. Now see, tomorrow, how this code is very generic. Understand the point. Let me remove this application, open browser. Suppose at this moment, I'm looking for some CPU column. Let's understand, I just wanted to capture the CPU load information. Then guys, just come back to the script and change your expected data. Which column you want? CPU column. Just change here CPU. I'm changing my message also. Okay. Currently, I'm trying to capture CPU data. That's it. No need to change overall logic. Just change your test data. Which data you are expecting to validate. And now, let's run one more time. Observe the screen. Okay. Application launch. And CPU is coming at this position. I mean, at what position? At 4th position. Can you see here? At 4th number column. And see what data we are having? Some percentage data. 8.2 percentage, 8.9 percentage. Let me confirm. So here you can see, now we are able to get the CPU data. So this is how the code is dynamic. You can just change the data and you will get the result. Easy. Now let me come to the main part. How we can automate any specific row, right? So next scenario, which I'm going to discuss, how to automate or how to get any specific row information. Okay. So guys, let's come back to the application. Now, which row we are expecting? See, in current table, okay, name column, you can see which is usually fixed. It is coming at the first position, but remaining information for that each and every browser is getting changed, right? Suppose I'm expecting just capture for Internet Explorer, right? So you need to reach to the specific row and then only you can able to get that complete data, whatever present for that row. So how to reach to the specific row? Okay, we should have some expectation. Again, I'll do one thing. I'll just get all the name column, right? Means whatever name it is, and inside the name, the first column itself represent all the browser name. There I can apply my assertion that okay, get the all browser name, identify whatever your expected browser name it is, and for that, get entire row information. Means what I'll do, I need to come to the first column, right? Again, I will start with T body. Okay, let's write T body. Inside that row, fine, it is highlighting all the row. But I want all row information, but only for first column. So can I go with TD? And I'm just writing row number 1, means TD1. So it is what? For every row, only first column it is highlighting. Easy? Now I can iterate it. I can pass my expectation. which name or which browser I wanted to pass here, and based on that we can reach to that specific row. Clear? So now I can use this XPath and have a look. So, or even we are already having number of rows. Just give the number, which row you wanted to iterate, and based on that also you are able to iterate, right? But let me show you in this manner. So driver, find elements, okay? Then I'm writing here, okay, by dot XPath. This is our XPath. Let me print properly. Okay, once it is printed, now I will first do iterate. So guys, let's declare and web element is interface in Selenium. Okay, what is this? This is, I'll say, all name, correct? All name for the browser. Great. Now I wanted to iterate my all name. Better I will write web element name column, all name, correct? So this is a for each loop. All name we are passing to name variable, and here I will compare which name for which specific row I wanted to get the data, correct? Suppose it can be Chrome, it can be Internet Explorer, anything. So better let me put if condition, if I dot get text, okay, here name dot get text, correct now? So I'm writing name dot get text dot contains. Okay, what is your expected name? Current browser name. I'm expecting I need to come to here, Internet Explorer. Let me copy and I'm using the same. If it is matching with that row, I want for that row specific data. Okay. So guys, first of all, I have compared that and now I want this row, right? But here also one more point. Now what we can do? Let's get the count now. At what position? Okay, that row is present. Because again, it can be dynamic. So better, I'll do here integer row count. Okay, row is equal to 0. Whenever we start iteration, I will write row plus plus. And then here I will able to identify at which row that particular data is present. So let's do one thing. I'm writing here browser. Okay, browser name. Better browser name is at row, and here I'm trying to print that row number, which is with my variable row. Correct? Done. Once you found the row, exact row, it can be second, it can be third. Now let's understand how to identify all its sibling. Because see, for that Internet Explorer, all the values, whatever you can see here on the table, like network, CPU, memory, and this information, these are the sibling data. So whenever you reach to the specific row, example here, if I can show you, currently we have that row, right? So if I can reach to the, at this moment, Internet Explorer available at third position. If I can write directly count, okay, so you can see it is matching. But for that row, I want its sibling, all the TDs. Then we can write either in this manner, then it will capture all the TDs, correct now? But suppose we have captured first name, and for name, I want all the network, CPU, other detail for that browser. In that case, you can write in this manner also. See if I can reach to directly TD, and there I can use a method, normalize space in Selenium. What is normalized space, everyone? This is a method which will ignore white space and it will look or match with exact text. Which text? See, currently I'm looking for a text, Internet Explorer. So let me copy this again. And here I'm writing same. See, it is matching exact element. So currently we reach, because we have already reached to that element, right? From that element now, I want all its sibling. How we can get all the siblings? See, after this element, all this data is present. So we can call it as following sibling. So I will write here XPath access. Have a look. I'm writing, go to following sibling. Okay, sibling and colon, double colon. And what I'm looking for every following sibling, the tag name is TD. If I can just write TD, you can see I'm getting 4 match. Easy? So these are the 4 information available for that particular column. I mean for that particular row. Correct, everyone? If you want exact row detail, the complete row detail, then you can do what? Just identify the row number and then you can write the previous syntax. See, this is for the what I can say for specific row. Okay. Or I will just write here for now for specific browser name. Okay. For specific, let me write this XPath, specific browser name. And for specific browser name, you can just identify this XPath, this will work. But currently what I want, whatever row count I'm having, for that row, starting from the name, every single input I wanted to capture. So what I'm going to do, the previous syntax which I have followed, tbody, okay, that you can use, tbody. Let me write again, tbody, come to the row, okay, suppose row number is what? It is third. And then I can write, okay, please read entire row data. That's it. So this XPath is enough now, correct? And instead of 3, whatever current count value it is, row number, that row number we can pass. So what is this row? This is row number. Do one, okay, do one thing. I'm writing in this manner. So currently this is what my row number. Easy. So what I can do, guys, I will just write driver. Again, find elements as there are multiple elements match. Here I'm writing by dot XPath. Okay. Current XPath is this. Let me print it properly. And then for this XPath, again I will declare list of web element. But guys, again, it's a dynamic table. I'll say all data. Correct? This is my all data. But we are learning dynamic table. So row count, always it might be changed. It will be not same every time, like a 3. Okay, row number can be anything. So better let me do customize. I will add here current row number. Easy. So N should be capital, done. So guys, this is my now customized XPath. So whatever row number it is for that test data, based on that, you are able to capture that complete row. Easy. This is how you can capture the row. Okay, but I would like to show you the display. Display the complete row details in the console. So let me do iteration again. Web element, here I'm writing, okay, let's take any variable and I'm iterating all data. Okay, all data. And here I'm just trying to print I dot get text. See how simple logic it is. Again, like a previous example, we have captured current row number for a specific data, and based on that, we are trying to capture, okay, entire output. Means complete row information in the console. Let's see how it works. If I can save the full code and if I can execute our current test case, observe the output. So I'm expecting data should be print as per the row changes or column changes because everything you will see in the console now. Let's have a look. Let's load this page properly. Okay, once the page is getting loaded, then I can show you the result. Okay, have a look. Great. And now please observe. Let me show you table. Okay, so now please have a look. We have understood first how to capture a specific column. Current scenario is what? How to capture specific row. See where Internet Explorer is coming at a 4th position and where memory is coming at the, I think CPU at the 3rd position. So you can see the same output you are getting where the Internet Explorer is coming at a 4th position. And we got the same detail, right? This is what a complete row you have captured. And if you can come up, this is for CPU coming at 3rd column. Means as per that data, we are able to capture row number, column number, and we are able to print our output. Simple. Now let's talk about our scenario, I mean application scenario, which is given here. Just have a look. They have already mentioned, okay, do one thing. Just get for Chrome process, get the value for CPU load. Means only for Chrome, I'm looking for only CPU load detail, correct? So guys, already we discussed one XPath where whenever the browser is Chrome now, example here again, I can show you this time TD, where that every data is written inside the TD tag. So I'm using TD. Again, I'm writing normalize space. Have a look. Normalize space. This time, which browser I'm expecting? Chrome. Guys, can you see? I got a Chrome. So whatever Chrome it is, for that particular browser, I want all its sibling. Okay, so how I can reach to sibling? I can just follow the syntax. following sibling, okay, and this following sibling, but what is the tag name? TD. See, I found 4 siblings are there. But which sibling we are looking for? Only we want CPU load. Agree? CPU load means how you can filter out the record. If you can clearly observe in the table, there are certain details given as per that particular okay configuration information from the server. For every CPU detail, you are having percentage, which is common because numbers can be dynamic. Again, correct? But what and where we can apply filtering on that percentage sign, which is stable and which is we can say common. So can I write in this manner? Can I write here first come to the TD? Okay, all TDs are matching, but there I can make a filtering using contains method of XPath. Just write contains. See what I'm expecting now, text. Text for that TD. If it is matching with what? Percentage sign. Can you see what I have written? I have written identify the Chrome. For Chrome, all the siblings. And from those siblings, I just want percentage, okay, a sibling where the percentage sign is matching. And see what I found, 1 of 1. It is matching with this third information. Got it? So I need this part. But point to be noticed carefully. Where we can able to see that, already we have written the logic how to reach to specific column. At this time, okay, if I can iterate again, what I need to do, first of all, this is what your data. Now I don't want data, right? Correct? I don't want data. I want only that specific row. Whenever I found that row, I'll get that row count again. And only for that row, I need to identify all the sibling. Means this XPath, which is specially for Chrome, but what you can do, either you can directly write this part and get the CPU load. And then you can compare with the given expected things. Like, okay, you should compare with this yellow label CPU load. So better let me show you how you can do it because every time row count is also getting changed. Today it is coming at the 4th position. Tomorrow it might be at the 2nd or 3rd or any other position. So better, let's write dynamic logic. What I'm going to do, if I can remove this part, okay. So I'm having siblings, but this time it is matching 4. And I'll do one thing. I'll write here a very simple logic. Come to the body. This time row. Which number of row? See, currently Chrome you can see in the table at 4th position. If I write 4th, so it is matching the same expected okay value. So guys, this is the XPath I will be using. But before using this, let me write our scenario. Okay, have a look. What scenario I'm testing now? The given scenario by that application. So this is scenario for CPU load validation. Have a look. Automation is very simple. When you understand properly locator strategies and all, it's quite easy. Okay, easy to understand and easy to prepare also. And as per the requirement, you can customize your locators also, right? Let me copy current scenario from this application. So they have given this scenario, right? I'll copy the same. Okay, for your reference, I'm adding here. So guys, very simple. First, I need to reach to the Chrome. And Chrome, it's our heading. So can I start again with the automation with the heading? Means what I'll do, I'll just to iterate my heading. Have a look. Here I'm writing a for loop for each loop better web element again h colon all headings because how you will able to understand which column or which row we are expecting. Current row they have mentioned for only Chrome. Okay, for only Chrome we need to capture the CPU load. So Chrome is mentioned where exactly it is under the name. Okay, instead of heading, because if I iterate heading, it will just give me the column data, right? But I want this row data, right? So better, I'll just use the same, all names. I want only first column name. So instead of heading iteration, I'll just iterate names. Better. So I will write, just iterate all names. Okay, what is all names, everyone? If you can see properly, previously, I need to reach only first column, right? So what we have written previously, just come to the body. Have a look again. T body, right? T body. Inside that TR. Okay, I want all row. but for only first column. So we have written this. And this XPath I have written. And even you can see this is representing all name. Correct now? See same XPath. And this is representing all name. So I'm using same name where I can compare for a Chrome, right? So all name, and here I can put the condition if this time n dot get text. Okay. If it is contains what? Chrome, right? So I want first of all Chrome count. So better I will just write here integer r count. This is nothing but row count. Do remember. Whenever we start iteration, I'm just going to increment r count. Clear? And here I will first, for your understanding, I'm writing here first. Okay, this is what r count. So I'm just writing Chrome is add, okay, row. First, let's get the row number. And here I'm writing that row number, which is r count. Easy. So we will able to reach to that row number. Okay, where is the Chrome present? Because it's a dynamic table. So this is how you need to understand the concept, right? You can't use your hard code values. So I'm just understanding first, where is the Chrome present in my table? Once you found that count, now what I can do? Whatever count it is, I can follow and I can able to get my exact CPU load. I want only CPU load to be captured, right? So before this, whatever previous XPath we have followed, this one we can use. But this time where we can make a customized things here. See, I can start with again T body. Okay. Then I will write, okay, come to the row, whatever the current row it is. Currently it is at 4th position. And I want filtering also, right? I don't want all the sibling. I want only CPU load sibling. And that is also dynamic. So I will just customize my XPath with the help of, okay, CPU load. And there is, you can see, stable thing is what? Percentage sign. So I'm just filtering the record. Okay. So we can use here contains method. So I'm writing again contains text which is matching to what? Percentage. And now see what you are getting. So this is matching exact CPU load only. Correct now? So this XPath every time will capture, okay, current Chrome position, and based on that Chrome, it will capture CPU load. So guys, I need anyways only CPU load to be captured. So I will write driver dot find element one more time. This time it is just a one element by dot XPath and this XPath. But in this XPath, have a look. Whenever you see, this one only returns you what? CPU load. Okay, let me come up. And this XPath returns us only a CPU load. So guys, what I can do, better I can apply here a method dot get text. Because I want only that CPU load to be captured. And here, get text method returns you string. So I'm just writing string. And this is CPU load. Okay, done. But guys, what we need to change here? Row number. Because row number is not always 4. Whatever current count it is, I would like to update the same. So better I will just make this customization. Have a look. Just add here variable r count. So whatever row number it is for that row number, you are able to capture CPU load. Done. But this CPU load we need to validate with which node? See, compare it with value with the yellow label. Okay. That means we need this locator also. Okay. And whatever load is coming here, we need to capture the same. So I will first inspect yellow color label, and where the code is written, see there is a ID available. So better ID locator I can follow, and I can write a simple logic driver dot find element, this time by dot id. Id is the most primary locator in Selenium. Use the same, and I will just get the text for the same. Okay, this is what? This is displayed load. Can I write display load? Display load is this, means current page load. Okay, current page CPU load, or display load is what? This one. Now guys, we have actual load from the server, and we are having display load also. Or better, I will do one thing. I will write expected load. Okay. And this is actual load. ACT, chalo, shortcut, ACT, actual CPU, better load. And this is expected CPU load. Now, these are the variables which are meaningful. And now we are able to compare it, correct? How we can compare? Okay, you can put the if condition. Or you can directly write with the help of assert also. Doesn't matter. I'm writing a simple logic. Let's assume I'm testing, okay, actual CPU load, right? Actual CPU load dot contains, right? What? Expected load. If there is expected load present, I should have some message. Can I write a simple message? Okay, CPU, then I can write CPU load match, okay? And what load it is that you can print. So current load, actual CPU load, ACT CPU load, I'm just going to print. Suppose CPU load is not matched because we are going to compare, right? If CPU load is not matched, then I will put this message. Else, I should get a message CPU load, okay, not matched, and whatever actual load you are getting, that you should be able to print in the console. So did you get this scenario? How exactly? Okay, we are trying to automate this scenario, which is given on that particular application itself. First, come to Chrome. So first of all, I have explained you, just read a first column, identify the position of Chrome, then just read that CPU detail. So how we can reach for siblings? Okay, that part we have discussed first. And then whatever load we are able to see, just get the value and just do comparison. Current load, both loads are same, then only tester will pass, otherwise tester will fail, right? So here I'm comparing the same. Now let me save the code and let me execute it. Let's understand how it is working. So we have discussed how we can capture number of headings, rows. Let's understand this scenario first, right? Have a look. Let this load. Page is taking some time to load, right? And now you can see once it is completed, I'll show you the output. Done. It's executing. Wait. Done. Now just have a look. So CPU load I'm getting here 8.4. You can see Chrome CPU load is what? It is 8.4. At this moment, if I can show you the output, yes, what we are able to see. Okay, it says CPU load not match. Okay, let's see why. So current CPU load, we are checking that contains expected CPU load. Okay, my condition is wrong. I need to check expected load should contains actual load. Correct? Let me write CPU load. Okay, so actually it is same, and we should compare in this manner. See, my comparison logic, what I miss here, here you need to understand the concept. Current load, actual data we are getting from the server. What we are expecting, the current data, whatever it is, in the label, it is mentioned, that data should contain that actual load. If the loads are matching, you should get the result. So this time I should get the message CPU load match. Okay, it is printing CPU load is not match. So let's check one more time. See, this is the output I'm getting, right? But I'm getting the message not match. And this is wrong. Actually, application, the both loads are matching. So now let me apply this contains method again. And anything is wrong, let me check in the code. Fine, let's try. This time one more time. If I can execute, let's see the output. And if it is failing, we will see that why it is failing. Okay. So current, it's not actual expected, it is actually both are given. Okay, so given load we are comparing whether that actual load is present or not. Let's see. So I'm not getting any failure, but have a look here. See, current load we are getting 4.5. Okay, and where you can able to see that here. Okay, 4.5. Okay, for Chrome. See, Chrome CPU load is 4.5%. Okay, and what result I'm getting? This time I'm getting correctly. So what was the initial problem? I was comparing, okay, with the actual data, whether it contains the display data. So actually, actual data doesn't contain display data because you can see here in the actual data, only load is given. But display data is what? It is completely written with the text also. Chrome CPU 5.6%. So it is comparing partial match. Okay, if it is present, then only it will pass. So currently, whatever expected load it is, that is your displayed yellow color label. Okay, so don't go with the word. Just understand this is what the label. label CPU load. Better, I'll change label CPU load, correct? So instead of expected, now this is correct, label CPU load. Whatever label CPU load it is, that I'm comparing, whether it contains actual server load. Now this is correct. So you will not get any confusion, right? And this is how we are able to see how we can able to match the same scenario. Let me run one more time. Have a look. So again, it will take some time to load the page and see the output. Let this complete. Done. And now I'll just close the browser and you can see. Again, I'm getting the same result, CPU load matches. So I hope you understand, like you all are clear with the topic, like, okay, how exactly we can automate any dynamic table, right? So understand the topic, right? See, we have discussed all the headings, all the rows, number of columns, how to capture, any specific column, how to capture, any specific row, if you wanted to print, how you can able to reach to that row again. Plus, we have completed the given scenario, okay, from that application. Just capture the CPU load and do validation. So this is how, guys, whenever you have any application, you need to confirm, check that what type of table it is given. And based on that, you can complete your automation. And do practice more and more for the locator strategies, which will help you a lot, right? So that's all for the today's topic. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for watching.